I always seem to look to this direction when the lens is right here. So forgive me guys if I bleed the eyes away. Yeah, it's Travis Calsil from KRUEGEAR IDS, Industrial Dream Supply, day 5 of prototyping the Part 1 D.E.S.A. Definitive Edition Screen Accurate Ultimate Edition. God, I got enough titles, right? Part 1 Hero Razor Glove from Type M Copper Pipe, the authentic real deal as used in the first film. Hey, it's me. So where did we leave off last? Well, we left off last. I was going to, after doing my first 4 days of experimentation with brazing and heat and map gas and other nifty little secrets, getting colors down, and speaking of, anyway, I was going to start the next phase, which was, I felt like fabricating a finger piece, probably because that's how it was done in the film. They first built the test fingers, so why not follow suit? Well, before we get to that, I will show you in a second, whoever is watching and is interested. I'm having a really great night. I'm enjoying working with this pipe. I like it better than sheet for a variety of reasons, least of which it's just damn authentic to work with. It's just the best. So the weathering and the coloring, the stall work, I am 100% satisfied. Got the colors I wanted. I'm able to control it to a very, very high degree of accuracy, and it looks right off the screen, which is all I've ever wanted. So the stall weathering, mission accomplished. So we put that success piece aside. The tip brazing and purples and reds and oranges and all that, still working with that. I'm at about 60% comfort. Approaching 75, and control. Just learned how to flow not the flux, the braze rod properly. And I'm getting some really great assist from some of our fellow glove builders. I will name you by name when that is brought up to you and you give the okay. So, those of you guys who are helping me out, if I have those questions with your expertise, I'm forever grateful, following in footsteps of those before you who have shared their information. It's all about the share, I think, in the end, eventually. And yeah, so it's looking really good. I don't want to ramble on too much. So I built, anyway, happy with the coloring. Really thinking about tonight starting to do some controlled braze coloring, some more finite control over it, and I have had a little advice, as I said, on how to maybe do that to further progress the reds and purples I'm already achieving, to maybe start getting them to go in areas that ordinarily they wouldn't go on their own. We're going to see what I can do as an artist and see how close I can get it. But again, keeping in mind, it's the authentic method that I'm shooting for. If I can't get an exact shape on something and I haven't faked it to get it, that's what I want. I want the whimsy that was applied, and if it happens to get in those shapes, great. If I'm not totally accurate with the shape of a blackened area, or the red is too small in an area, or it's too lean on another, or too much, as long as we're in that same realm of believability and it's been applied authentically, that is all I care about. I am not necessarily going to match every single little bead of this, that, and the other on these things. I'm going to get the spills down, I'm going to do all that, because that's important, and the spill patterns, but as long as this coloring across the board and this weathering across the board is authentic and we're getting it as close as we can without sitting there and trying to fake it too much, good as gold. So that's the goal. If we do better than that, then we do better than that. But for right now, let's show you what I did. I decided to fabricate a tip. I did it in 45 minutes. It was a speed trial. I've never worked with pipe before. I will be discussing it as I show it to you, and I chose to do it off the Becker clone templates rather than the D.E.S.A 2.0's Ultimate Editions, because those babies mentally, psychologically, in my psyche, I don't want to touch until I'm ready to go to town. So I went to the Becker clone, which is slightly less accurate than my final gloves, but it's still pretty damn accurate, barring a few little corners and millimeters and all that. I just wanted to see if I can match the index tip in a very quick amount of time. So it's not totally perfect. The beams aren't as sharp on the sides as I would do the next round, but for a first attempt at pipe shaping, really did a great job. I have to say I'm very proud of it. It continues to give me confidence in the build and legitimacy in my attempt to do what I've always wanted to do, which was to recreate this glove as I saw it on that screen and give it to my guys who believed in me from the start. So let's take a look at what we did. I've rambled on long enough. I always seem to. Talk to you in a bit. All right, was running out of breath because I was trying to get a lot of information in there, so we're going to just tune this way down. And so here is my Becker clone splayed out. I know I still haven't fixed the index. And next to it, for you aficionados, the stall is my master build stall for the 2.0 Ultimate Edition, which is ever so slightly different than the Becker clone. Now, that all said, we're not really here to pay attention to any of that, but here are the tips, and you can see what I mean by the side beams as the light catches it. Now, obviously there's more glare on the pipe, which is on the left, and it's untreated, unsanded. I just went ahead and flattened it out and started tweaking, so we'll see if we can get some better reflections here. There we go. It's a little less harsh. I'll pick this up in a second. Anyway, but again, for a first attempt at shaping Type M copper pipe, there, lucky for me, is virtually no toothing at all across the entirety of the piece. And I got the basic, let's see if I can hold this up. I'm going to take it out from its housing, and I'm going to try and hold this up next to the Becker clone as best I can. This is going to be a fucking nightmare. Let's see what we can do here. Okay, I got the, oh, there we go. Okay, so there it is. I did pretty well. I got all the basic tooling marks, all the basic bends, all the basic contours. It looks a little different simply because this is now on an angle and it's in the housing. Maybe I should put the other thing on there. All right, we're going to try this one more time. Bang. Okay, now we're rocking. And now it's looking pretty fucking tight. Matched it up pretty well, including the offset of the left being lower than the right. I mean, I've got all the, you know, it's, again, this is the Becker clone tip. I didn't get all the proper working of the left side, you know. It's got all those little weird tweaks and axes going back, but I got pretty close. I got the main dent in the front and what I call, well, I don't really have a name for that left-sided swoop that goes forward, but you know what I'm talking about, that little curve deal. Anyway, pretty authentic, and let's do a close sweep around. So here you go. Not bad, Trav. Got the sucker pretty good. Oh, hey guys, check it out. Even though this is the Becker clone and not the official 2.0 Ultimate Edition, it's pretty tight. Pretty tight as replicas go, but that's my pipe. All right, not bad, right? Pipe, you know, stuff I'll have to watch out for, obviously. I mean, this, you can see there's a little ding right here, a little goose bump that came through the metal. Obviously I have to watch out for that because I ended up working the side a little bit more than I worked this. This I got in almost one spell swoop, but even there's a little bit of dimpling that I'll have to watch out for, but it's pretty minute, and a lot of it's being picked up, frankly, because there's so much glare on the tip of the pipe. So, you know, and I did this on the speed test. I did this in 25 minutes, tip to tail. With no taping off of my tool. So in other words, I didn't tape off my magic tool where I sometimes do to avoid things like these goosebumps. And you know, it started hardening as I was going. But all in all, we're going to weather this up, I think. And if it weathers up nicely, we may even attach a blade. Anyway, that's it. Got some pipe going. Just wanted to say it was cool. You know what? That's actually a really cool side beam.